Okay. Well. Looks like we got another terrible show tonight. Smackdown. Name my topic tonight is called Disgusting. Despicable and Disgusting in Des Moines, Iowa. Will Backlash be any good 1 week from tomorrow? I'm also going to talk about the cut releases and Crown Jewel coming to Australia in October, and I'm also going to talk about see what else I'm going to talk about. Yeah, I'm going to talk about SmackDown October Friday SmackDown in October and Raw for October. So that's what I'm going to talk about tonight. Before I do, I'm going to open up a show with something of this classic match from 1991, from the SummerSlam 1991, called it with the jailhouse match between the late WWE Hall of Famer, the Big Boss Man, and another WWE Hall. I think he should be in the WWF in the Mountie. And the Mountie. Yeah, the reason why he should be in the WWE. I think he should be in the WWE Hall of Fame. And I hope he does. And sometime. And the reason why I'm playing it, showing all of you that classic match in audio, because today will be the happy 63rd birthday of the Big Boss Man, which I'm mentioning my birthdays today, May 2nd. I'm sorry I had to do that. So stick around. I'm gonna play the classic match, and I'll be right back. Big Boss Man versus the Mountie in the jailhouse match for SummerSlam 91 in honor of the Big Boss Man's 63rd birthday today. And I'll be right back and play for our view.
Garden. I'm here along with the corrections officers from New York City and the Mountie. And as I recall, you had backup of another kind some time ago. Let's take a look. Boss Man, not soon to forget those actions. And by the way, tonight after your match, one or the other is headed for the Pokemon.
This is the way it's gonna happen, Mean Gene Okerlund. After I done beat your fat mug, Big Boss Man, these little local hick cops are gonna come and grab you, and they're gonna handcuff your hands, and they're gonna take you, and I don't want you gentlemen to do it the New York style. I want you gentlemen to do it the Mountie kind of justice. If he fights back, I want you to drag him through these halls. And once we get back here, we want to can him in this little old paddy wagon. And once he get it here, it'll be your job to shackle his ankles, make sure he doesn't run away.
On the next.
Shut the doors and throw the key away and bring him to that
New York City and the Mountie. And as I recall, you had backup of another kind some time ago. Let's take a look. boss man. Not soon to forget those actions. And by the way, tonight after your match, one or the other is headed for the Pokey, Mountie.
This is the way it's gonna happen, Mean Gene Okerlund. After I done beat your fat mug, big boss man, these little local hick cops are gonna come and grab you, and they're gonna handcuff your hands, and they're gonna take you, and I don't want you gentlemen to do it the New York style. I want you gentlemen to do it the Mountie kind of justice. If he fights back, I want you to drag him through these halls, and once we get back here, we want to can him in this little old paddy wagon, and once he get it here, it'll be your job to shackle his ankles, make sure he doesn't run away, shut the doors, and throw the key away, and bring him to that local New York caboose house. And we'll see you there, boss man.
All right, I thank you very much. Let's get an opposing point of view. Standing by right now is Sean Mooney.
Big boss man, after what we just witnessed, it is clear there is no question in the mind of the Mountie just who is going to win the jailhouse match tonight.
I believe the Mountie has the wrong idea. He shouldn't be out there talking to New York City's finest on how to treat me. He should be on his hands and knees talking to the man upstairs, praying to God that he makes it through till tomorrow morning, because he's going to be the one who spends a long, hard night in jail.
Somebody's going to the slam here in the Big Apple. Can you imagine spending all night in jail with rats, cockroaches, bugs, muggers, thieves, devilish? I wouldn't want it to. Just like being at home for you, huh? I beg your pardon. Going to jail for the night, huh? And the Mountie wants the New York City Police Department not to be respectful the way they were, not to be nice about arresting him. They want him to be rough. Well, I hope you lose, and I hope they take your advice, Mountie. You know, Hot Rod, if this guy loses, if the Mountie loses, they should take that little runt to jail as well. Can't like Jimmy in jail. The big boss man, he's doing a class. He's got his stick, but the Mountie's got his stick, and he's got electricity in his stick. That's the difference. Intensity on the face of the Mountie, on the face of the boss man. This is going to be a classic. Once and for all, we're going to know, I know, but everybody's going to know who is the real Law and Order in the World Wrestling Federation. And I believe it's the man in the red shirt. Well, I believe it's the man in the blue shirt. Well, you're each entitled to your opinion. What a right cross! While the Mountie was running his mouth, the boss man just dropped him. There's the boss with the sauce right there, boss. Ooh, nice uppercut. Irish whip in, look out, elbow finds the mark. Big splash. Count. Nope, but get him. I'm going to get the boss man a pack of cigarettes. Are you leaving again? Oh, I'm going to take him some cigarettes. I was hoping him. Where? Taking some cigarettes. I am. He doesn't even smoke. No, but he's going to need him to brighten the screws. Wait. Stop. So much on the line, the humiliation of actually getting arrested, having the cuffs put on you, drugged and put in Fort Apache. Poof. Having a record, Rob. Having a record? Oh, you're arrested. Oh. They're going to fingerprint you, picture you, and throw you in a cell with who knows what. The dredges of society. Our boss man will be right at home. Oh, look out. Boss man made a nice move there. Slide out. Almost got his hands on that little run, Jimmy Hart. He worries about Jimmy Hart. He's going to have to worry about who's going to be his cellmate tonight. Oh, thumb right in the eye. Because he's got to beat that Mountie. This is turning into a brawl, too. We've had punches exchanged. They have tried a wrestling maneuver. They have just gone for the eyes. Now it's high flying. Oh, boss man catches him in midair. What a
distract the big boss man. But he's obviously on the straight and narrow right now. Look at, he's trying to tear that head right off his shoulder.
Come on, you can do it. Get up, baby. Get up, baby. You can do it, baby.
But I would have figured the boss man would have tried to go for a pin there. I'm surprised that he's trying to wear Mountie down, and I'm surprised that the boss man is falling for Jimmy's tactics of distraction.
What an evening here at SummerSlam from the outside wall, on the backside, right into the steel steps.
Gee,
He's fallen, and he can't get up.
You stop. We've got a worldwide television audience here, and boy, have they been treated royally so far. We've seen the Intercontinental belt change hands. We've seen Virgil become the new $1 million champion. And now we're going to see somebody go to the slap.
Look at the boss man. He should get used to sleeping on the floor, because that's where he's going to be tonight. All right. That's what it's all about. The Mountie's the only law and order. The Mountie's the only law and order, baby. Certainly didn't teach the boss man that at the Harvard School of Business.
Hooks the leg, but only gets a 2 count.
Come on, beat that meter maid from Cobb County up.
Both guys throwing caution to the wind here, unloading with those roundhouse rights. Nice reversal now by the boss man. Whoa! A split second too late.
Jimmy Hart screaming at him. The Mountie always gets his man.
I'll tell you something, boss man. You're not going to be sleeping tonight with Otis. And Aunt B's not going to be bringing you cookies and cake. And Andy and Barney aren't going to let you out in the morning. You're in for one horrible night.
But if the Mountie does go to jail, maybe he will get his man.
Elbow drop by the Mountie, and another one finds the mark right on the sternum. Over for the cover.
Kick out.
Yes. Oh, look at, he didn't hook that late, Rod.
No, sir. Technique, we cannot forget the basics. Doesn't matter what kind of brawl it turns into. The basics of winning a match is the basics of wrestling. You must hook the leg, especially with a competitor like the boss man.
Drop kick.
But we're not dealing with finesse here. These two guys are fighting. They're fighting for a reputation, and they're fighting for their survival tonight.
They're fighting to stay out of the can.
Whoa, the strength. Boss man still got some vigor in him. What the heck is Jimmy Hart trying to do there? What the hell's wrong with him?
Excuse me. Trying to save his man. Oh. Clothesline City right on the apron.
Down his head. That's okay. Won't hurt him.
Look at that little runt. The greatest walking advertisement for birth control I've ever seen, Hot Rod. Jimmy Hart.
Come on, boss man. Get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Here's your cup of coffee and your 1 cigarette.
Oh, you know what time they get up in the pokey, do you?
I've watched Police Story before in Colombo.
Yeah.
I think you're speaking from personal experience.
I could do 30 minutes on that, fool.
Oh, nice uppercut by the boss man. Whoa, the roundhouse right. And retaliation by the Mountie. Oh, he just bit him. Mountie pulling out all the stops here. Going for a pile driver. He can't get him up.
I don't think he's got anything left.
No, boss man's keeping a low bum on it, man.
He's got him.
Oh, no.
Well, he got the pile driver in. It wasn't all that well executed. But under the circumstances,
Both men so tired. Both men are trying so hard. He caught the boss man a good one there. The boss man is hurt. Could be a night in the pokey for the boss man.
Wonder if he'll get a tin cup to beat on the bars with.
Why is the Mountie waiting so long?
Well, he's giving Jimmy Hart a signal. Something's going on here. They got to play. They got to play.
What's going on? All he's got to do is cover him.
nobody ever said he was a mental giant, Hot Rod. This is true.
He wants to zap him. He wants to zap him.
He's got the zap. He missed. An uppercut by the boss man. And the cattle prod went flying.
Come on, get up, boss man. It's behind you. Look at that little runt. Ah, you rodent. Jimmy Hart ran over and grabbed that stick before the referee could see it.
Leapfrog. I don't know how he did that one. Whoa. Boss man sneaks up. Uppercut from the hole.
Mike Tyson, eat your heart out. diamond athletes.
Trip from the backside by the Mounties. Still have enough collective thoughts left to do that.
The Mountie, he's law and order. He's been telling you. We all know he's smarter than the boss man.
Baloney.
You know, he's showing you that he's tougher than the boss man.
Both of these guys are ripe for the pickings right now.
Both these guys are tough. I've been watching both these guys. Oh, right. What's this?
He knocked the wind right out of him. Look at Jimmy Hart running.
Gonna be doing the jailhouse rock now, baby.
Oh, look at the boss man coming for law enforcement officer.
Oh no. This is bad. I don't like the look of this.
Tougher.
And the way the Mountie talked to these police officers just a few minutes ago.
What was that? I don't want you to be nice and kind like the New York City Police Department used to. I want you to be rough like the Mounties. Well, give it to them.
Mountie has stepped away here. Our cameras are going to follow him right out.
They're taking him directly now to the jail.
Right to the paddy wagon.
Oh my God. They look like Pee-wee. They're not going to let him change clothes or anything?
Forget about it.
Change clothes. What, you think when they arrest you, they allow you to change clothes?
He can't go to jail.
You're hurting me! You're hurting me!
Get him in there!
Into the paddy wagon.
Beautiful!
Door is locked shut.
Gonna do the jailhouse rock, baby.
Bye-bye, Gilbert! They're shackling him now.
Doesn't look too happy. The Mountie on his way out of Madison Square Garden.
This ain't gonna be no honeymoon.
That may be the last ride. We may never see the Mountie again.
For the Apache, baby.
The match made in heaven, the match made in hell. This may be Mountie's night in hell.
He's getting exactly what he deserved.
You expect me to feel sorry for him, boobs?
Double cross as the paddy wagon pulls out onto 33rd Street here in Manhattan, headed for the Slammer.
I never thought I'd like that sound.
Oh,
He's on his way. Right now, let's take you to...
Big boss man, you have to be very happy we just saw the Mountie. He's on his way to spend a night with the New York City Police.
Sean Mooney, what kind of bird can't fly?
You got me, Big boss.
Jailbird! That's exactly what the Canadian Mountie is. This is just a small sample of what you got to look forward to. That ride downtown, you got to look forward to getting booked in and getting thrown in that cell with God knows who. But the plain and simple fact is, I promised everybody in this country, every man, woman, and child, that I am the law and order in the World Wrestling Federation. And that is a fact now. No more questions. Canadian Mountie, you're just a criminal, a bad cop. I am the law and order, plain and simple.
I understand that paddy wagon is just about to pull up to the Slammer.
Jailhouse rock, baby.
You can't do this to me! You know who I am? Come on. You can't do this to me! Ow! You can't do that! Oh! You stupid! You know who I am? I'm the Mountie! Oh! Well, stop it! We speak the same language! Let me show you! You have the right to remain silent! Now you have the right to return it! Anything you say, wow, we'll be able to get you in right for the law! We're the same! Your local hit club! And I'm the Mountie! I am the Mountie!
Well, not exactly a warm reception for the Mountie.
Let me tell you something, baby. They better not hurt one hair on the Mountie's head. My lawyer's on the way to the police station right now as we speak.
Jimmy Hart, you're going to have to put the Mounties' problems aside for the moment as the Nasty Boys prepare to defend the tag team belts against the Legion of Doom.
Oh, baby! LOD and Jack Tunney coagulated to make these rules. Well, let me tell you, LOD, Jack Tunney ain't coming to the ring with you. It's just you and us, and you're going to Nastyville, and this is one trip you're not coming back from. Hey, let me tell you something, Hawk! Animal! Let me tell you, no more crying, no more whining. It's you against us for the gold. The heat's on, it's melting your face. This is your last trip to Nastyville, and you're going down. Come on, Ty. Let's go.
Now, wait a minute, Jimmy Hart. I've just received word there is more going on at the jail with the Mountie. Take a look right there.
You guys think you're tough? Give me a shot stick! Why don't you get ahead? No! No! You're not taking my picture! No! You're not taking my picture! So I guess the boss man kicked your butt, huh? What? No! You don't take that picture! No!
Not exactly a picture for the wallet, Jimmy Hart.
I can't take pictures of the Mountie like that. That's an invasion of privacy. My lawyers want to hear about this. We're going
Right now, let's go over to Mean Gene Oakland.
Somebody's going to be in a lot of trouble over this right now. Somebody's going to be in a lot of trouble over this.
All right,
No! You can't do this to me! You can't! No! You can't take my fingerprints! I'm not giving it to you!
Come on,
You're not!
your finger.
You're not right down! Do you get it?
your finger.
You want the finger? There's the finger! Yeah! Ouch! Yeah! Don't do that! I'm the Mountie! You can't fingerprint me!
It looks...
Do this to me! You can't do this to me! Oh! You're hurting my arms! You're hurting my arms! Give me arm! Let me go! You punch a hole! Let me go! Ow! Let me go! Okay! Let me go! I'll walk! I'll walk! You win! You win! I'll walk! Let me walk! You're hurting the hole! Ow! Let me out of here! I'm on a phone call! I'm an international law enforcement officer! You are local! You're a fucking local league cop! Get out of me! Ow! 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 You got the wrong man! Oh! Get back! I want my own cell! Get me out of here! Get me out! Get out of here! Get me out! I'm on a phone call! You wanna fight me, buddy? Get out of here! There's me, buddy!
Hi.
Oh my God!
Don't you just love the way leather feels against your body?
Let me out of here! Let me out of here!
Oh man, that was some of the funniest. That's one of the funniest endings to a jailhouse match from Big Boss Man's career in WWE from SummerSlam '91. And rest in peace to him. And by the way, some of you heard a little feed. I had to start it again because all you heard a little piece of audio. You just heard it, messed it up. All you heard a commentary on that commentary of late Gorilla Monsoon, Bobby Ring, and Roddy Piper, and then rest in peace, Boss Man. It would have been 63 today on his birthday. I'll post that because today's his 63rd birthday. And rest in peace to Big Boss Man, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Who've been 63 today. Let's go to tonight with tonight's show. Stupid what was let's see, here we go. So. Okay. They're in Des Moines, Iowa tonight. Okay. Smackdown on Friday night. Smackdown kicks off when the area shop Des Moines, Iowa, and we cut to Randy Orton walking backstage. SmackDown Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton is also shown walking. When we see Carmella Hayes with The Miz coming out to a tour bus. The camera cuts to Damian Priest backstage, and he gets Jacob Fatu in Jacob Fatu's face. He pushes Fatu and Solo. Fatu and Solo and Sioka as WWE officials break it up. LA Knight is shown walking around behind them, and his music hits as he walks down into the ring. As he gets in the ring, the fans chanting LA Knight. He tells them, "Let me talk to you." He mentions how he's won the match for his Undisputed United States Championship. Instead, he told that he will never have a number one contenders match for it. He says he deserves his rematch, but he had his match. And it didn't go his way because Soul Joker came out and gave him the Samoan spike. And after that, Jacob Fatu came out and dropped the moonsaults. LA Knight says that he was able to happen because of Damian Priest. He says he has no problem with Damian Priest, but he knows what Priest was doing. As he is talking, out comes Damian Priest. He tells LA Knight that LA Knight is right, but last week it was all about Drew McIntyre, and all he wanted to do was shut Drew up. Knight tells him that he understands that, but he picked the wrong time, and the bell rang last week because of him. Priest disagrees and tells him that Solo hit him last week, and all he did was to save him from getting hit from a Claymore. LA Knight tells him just because Priest got hit with a Claymore, he got pinned, that doesn't mean that it was going to happen to him. Priest tells him that this whole situation is because LA Knight lost his title at WrestleMania. LA Knight says he lost because he gets it, but it's soon he has lost it. He came back and fought for it, but he is not falling for his title right now because of Priest. He says that any clearer. Priest tells him that LA Knight's frustrations are LA Knight's fault. If his head wasn't up his ass at WrestleMania 41, he would still be U.S. champion. Yeah, he would be champion. U.S. champion. Champion. LA Knight tells him that they don't have a problem, but if he keeps talking like that, he'll put his foot up his ass. Priest tells him that their match is later tonight, but he doesn't see why they should wait. LA Knight with his trademark, comes out with a referee. Yeah, like in TNA when he was Eli Drake. Commercial break. Damian Priest versus LA Knight. We come back from commercial. The match is already underway. LA Knight with an armbar, but Priest is with a right hand. Priest throws LA Knight to the ropes and lands on a spinning back elbow. Priest with an elbow kick to the face. He goes for the cover, but LA Knight kicks out. Priest with an armbar and begins to walk to the rope. LA Knight drags him and slams him to the mat. LA Knight to the ropes, but he lands on a flying clothesline followed by a Russian leg sweep. Priest gets back up, and LA Knight with a jumping neck break. He goes for the cover, but Priest kicks out. LA Knight with a slam. Priest grabs Priest, but reverses it, hitting with a right hand. He lifts LA Knight and goes up for a Razor's Edge, but LA Knight lands on his feet and lands a DDT. LA Knight climbs the second rope and jumps onto the third, landing an elbow drop. He goes for cover, but Priest kicks out. Commercial break. Back from the commercial, LA Knight places Priest on top of the rope, but Priest with right hands, and Priest steps down onto the ring apron. A right hand by Priest. He gets into the ring. Priest grabs LA Knight and lands the Razor's Edge. He goes for the cover, but LA Knight kicks out. The fans chant LA Knight. As Priest grabs LA Knight, he goes for the South of Heaven, but LA Knight lands on his feet. He grabs Priest, but Priest with a Falcon Arrow. Priest climbs to the top rope, but LA Knight leaps onto the rope and lands on a suplex. and goes for the cover, but Priest kicks out. Both men slowly get to their feet, and LA Knight's clotheslines Priest to the outside. He goes for a baseball slide, but Priest moves out of the way. LA Knight to the outside, and Priest with a flatline onto the ring apron. Priest throws LA Knight back into the ring, and out comes Solo Sikoa, who hits Priest. The referee calls for a bell, and Solo throws Priest into the barricade. Win by disqualification, Damian Priest. Solo gets in the ring and begins hitting LA Knight with right hands. He goes for a Samoan spike, but Priest hits him with the right hand, and LA Knight hits Solo with a BFT. Priest and LA Knight are face to face in the ring. They look at Solo into the outside. Priest goes to the outside of the ring and clears the announce desk. LA Knight kicks out of the ring, kicks Solo into the face, and Priest goes for the choke slam. But Jacob Fatu gets in the ring and lands a suicide dive onto Priest. LA Knight to the outside, but Fatu with a Samoan slam onto the announce desk. Fatu with a running hip attack on Priest into the barricade. Follow Fatu and Solo standing on the ring steps celebrating. Faxion pretty deadly. We cut to the announce team as they narrate a highlight of last week's win over by Faxion. We cut to Byron and Saxton backstage with Faxion, and they talk about how they flipped the tag team division upside down on NXT, and they will do the same on Smackdown. In come Pretty Deadly, who tell Byron to leave. They tell Faxion that Smackdown is the home of the best and hungriest tag teams. They tell Faxion that opportunities are earned, not given. They spoke to Uncle Nick just to find out how good Faxion are, and they leave as Pretty Deadly's music hits. And go to commercial break. Former UFC middleweight champion Michael Bisping is in attendance. Pretty Deadly versus Faxion. Bell rings and we're underway. Axiom and Wilson start the match. With Axiom with a drop kick, Frazier is tagged in. They double team Wilson, and Prince is also knocked off the ring apron. Frazier grabs Wilson, but Wilson with a big boot. Wilson hit with a hip toss and he goes for the cover, but Axiom kicks out. Frazier is thrown to the corner and Prince is tagged in. He grabs Frazier, but Frazier with a kick to the side of the head. Axiom is tagged in and they double team Prince. In comes Wilson, but Axiom with a pretty drop and Pretty Deadly to the outside of the ring. Axiom with double suicide dives onto both men. Axiom throws Prince back into the ring. He goes for cover, but Prince kicks out. Axiom climbs the second rope and goes for a crossbody, but Prince catches him and Wilson is tagged in. He throws Axiom onto Wilson's feet and Prince with a clothesline. Commercial break. Back from the break, Frazier with a springboard dropkick onto Pretty Deadly, followed by a double DDT. Frazier with a shooting star onto Prince. He goes for the cover, but Wilson breaks it up. Prince is bleeding from the jaw, and Frazier places him on top rope. Hands by Prince. Wilson is tagged in. He knocks Axiom to the outside. Wilson gets in the ring and he powerbombs Frazier, and he goes for cover. Frazier kicks out. Both men with right hands, but Frazier pushes him into the corner. He places him on top rope, and Axiom is tagged in. Axiom with a Spanish fly. Frazier is tagged in. He lands on a Phoenix Splash. He goes for cover and gets the pin. Winners Faxion. We cut backstage to see Mishin and B-Fab with Nick Aldis. They talk about wanting a tag team title shot. In come the Secret Harvest. They're all wearing black. Chelsea Green is wearing black. She looks stupid. All wearing black, a thin black veil and black sunglasses. Green calls Zelina Vega crooked. Alice tells her that the referee counted to 3 last week. Green tells him this is about the United States title, and he's not even from the United States. Yeah, look who's talking. Yeah, you're the one who talked. Yeah, look who's talking. What a hypocrite. Yeah, look who's talking. Chelsea, and you're a native of Canada, bitch. Alls tells her that neither she or Secret Harvest. Green asks for a recount and Oz tells her she needs a rematch. But tonight Vega is going 1-on-1 against Piper Niven. If Niven wins, she'll be next in line for a title shot. If Niven wins, maybe Chelsea can face her in a match. We see clips of we go to commercial break. Hold on a second. Okay. We see clips of Randy Orton and John Cena from 2013 pay-per-view. Nia Jax's music hits and out she comes to the ring. The fans boo her and she tells them that was a warm welcome. She's glad she's back. And who gives a shit, you huge tramp? Who really cares? Hold on a second. Okay, as I was saying, Nia Jax music hits, and out she comes to the ring. The fans boo her, and she tells them that was a warm welcome. She likes her back, and who cares? Nia says while Tiffany was wackling around, she was back at home refocusing to take back what is hers, the SmackDown Women's Championship. It's Tiffy time. I don't even know now I'm a fan of her. It's Tiffany time hits, and out Tiffany comes. She tells Nia that she is not the same Tiffany Stratton that she used to bully. She tells Nia that cashing in on her was the best decision she ever made. After she went 1-on-1 against one of the greatest of all time, Charlotte Flair. She was overrated, and if she and Nia ever locked up again, she would beat her too. Nia asks her if she's offering her a rematch, and Tiffany tells her no. The fans chant Tiffy time. She tells Nia that if she doesn't make the matches around here, but she won't shy down from a fight. She would defend her title against her anytime, anywhere. Naomi's music hits and out she comes. She says it's funny to see them both fighting because she remembers where she was trying to get the title off of Nia for months. But Tiffany always helped Nia out. Naomi tells them they have made her life a living hell. She tells them that she's changed. She is a new Naomi now. She doesn't stand behind Bianca and she doesn't need Jay attacking from behind. She tells the fan to shut up, and says she's not done going after gold. She tells Tiffany that not only will she push her into a car, she'll push her 1-on-1. Whatever. Jade Cargill's music hits and out she comes. All four men in the ring, and Jade clotheslines Naomi to the outside while Tiffany throws Nia to the outside. Tiffany and Jade circle each other out in the ring, and out comes Nick Aldis. She says they are all eager for a fight. And he's going to make a tag team match. Player. Right now he's gonna sound like Teddy Long was a Smackdown GM. He says it'll be Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill against Naomi and Nia Jax. We see the return of Aleister Black from last week, and wow, unbelievable, isn't it? Now we got a husband and wife duo on SmackDown now. Aleister Black and Zelina Vega. Back from the arena, Carmelo Hayes tells The Miz that he is sick of people trying to make moments off them. Miz says he's built up the WWE for 2 decades. He lasted next big things and legends. Miz says you target a nobody talks. You target Miz and everyone talks. Black didn't knock him out. He woke him up. He says there's a reason he has lasted as long as he has a company where Black has lasted 5 years, and he says to hit his music and out he comes to the ring with Carmelo Hayes. The Miz and Carmelo Hayes versus Aleister Black. The bell rings are underway. Miz goes for a kick, but Black blocks it and Miz with a right hand. He throws Black to the ropes, but Black with a knee and Miz rolls out of the ring. Miz gets back in the ring and Black with a forearm followed by a knee to the face and a back elbow, and he goes for the cover, but Miz kicks out. Miz gets back up and Black kicks him to the outside. Black grabs Miz but slams him head first into the ring apron. Back from commercial, Miz throws Black to the outside of the ring. Miz to the outside, he jumps off the ring steps and goes for a splash, but Black with a knee to the jaw, he throws Miz to the back into the ring and hits him with forearms. Black sweeps the legs and hits him with the forearms and springboard Black. He goes for a cover, but Miz kicks out. Black goes for a kick. Miz blocks it and lands on DDT. He goes for a cover, but Black kicks out. Black down on his knees, and Miz kicks down his knees, and Miz kicks, but Black laughs. He grabs Miz, gets to his feet, and hits him with a spinning elbow. Black with a big knee to the face. Miz with a ring on the ring apron, but Miz hangs Black up on the top rope. He goes for a crushing skull finale, but Black with a cartwheel reversal, he lands on his feet. With Black mask. He gets in the ring on the apron and then distracts Black. He goes for the cover, but Black kicks out. Black with the Black mask, he goes for the cover and gets the pin. Winner Aleister Black. Carmelo Hayes slides to the ring, but Black turns around and sits across from Hayes. Both men get to their feet and are face to face as Hayes leaves the ring. Rey Fenix and Santos Escobar. Santos Escobar is with Rey Fenix backstage. Escobar tells him he has a match at WrestleMania Vegas. It was a true embodiment of disappointment. He embarrassed them all. Rey Mysterio himself picked Rey Fenix to take his place at WrestleMania, and he blew it. Now the self-important, the greatest luchador of all time is out of the picture. And this time, hopefully forever, Escobar says someone to have to take his place, and that person has always been him. If Phoenix knows what's best for him, he will listen to what he has to say. Phoenix tells him to shut up and stay out of his business. He says there is only one luchador in the world, and he trusts, and it's not Escobar. And if he has a problem with that, he will see him in the ring tonight. We're going to go to commercial break. Zelina versus Piper Niven versus Chelsea Green and Alba Fire. The bell rings are underway. Vega with kicks, and he runs to the ropes, hitting Piper with a knee to the face. She goes for cover, but Piper kicks out. Vega runs towards Piper, but Piper takes her down with a shoulder tackle. Vega gets back into the ring and tries to throw Piper to the ropes, but Piper overpowers her and slams Vega's face into into the face first onto the face. Piper kicks Vega face first onto the bottom turnbuckle. Hold on a second, right back. Okay, I'm back. Back from break, Vega with double knees to the face. Okay, the bell rings, run away. Vega with kicks and she runs to the ropes, hitting Piper with a knee to the face. She goes for the cover, but Piper kicks out. Vega runs towards Piper, but Piper takes her down with a shoulder tackle. Vega gets back into the ring and she tries to throw Piper into the ropes, but Piper overpowers her. Piper slams Vega face first onto the face, but Piper kicks Vega in the face first onto the bottom turnbuckle. Back from commercial, Vega with a double knees to the face. She runs towards Piper, but Piper slams her onto the mat. Followed by a senton, she goes for the cover, but Vega kicks out. She places Vega on the top of the rope. Piper goes for a suplex with Vega with a headbutt, and Piper falls to the mat. Vega goes with a meteor. She goes for the cover, but Niven kicks out. Vega goes for a cold red, but Niven gets out of it, and Vega hits with a side slam. She goes for cover, but Vega kicks out. Vega down in the corner, and Niven goes for a cannonball, but Vega moves out of the way. Vega with running knees. Vega with a DDT. She climbs to the top rope, and Vega lands on a moonsault. She goes for cover, but Niven kicks out. Vega goes for a cold red, but Niven blocks it, and she headbutts Vega. Niven goes for a powerbomb, but Vega reverses it, throwing Niven into the second ropes. Vega goes for a 619, but Chelsea Green gets in the ring apron, and Niven goes to hit Vega from behind, but Vega moves out of the way, and Niven accidentally knocks Chelsea down, and Vega rolls up Niven and gets the pin. Winner is Zelina Vega. Yeah, Crowley wants Chelsea now. Okay, we cut backstage and Nick Aldis is talking to Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. He tells them for the last 2 weeks in a row they caused a disqualification. Solo tells them last week was Drew's fault, and this week Fatu gave them a warning. Aldis tells Jacob Fatu that he will defend his U.S. championship against LA Knight and Damian Priest. Solo tells him that Drew is the number one contender. He should face Fatu. Aldis tells him he is right and to forget the triple threat match. It's now a fatal 4-way match. Fatu tells him to keep it 100, line them up. He is going to dog walk their ass. He is all gas, no brakes, and walks away. Solo tells Nick that Nick is trying to screw him over Fatu, and Nick tells him that Solo is the one screwing him over. I hope, please do not let Drew McIntyre get this United States title belt, please. You know that I haven't forgotten about the fact that Jacob Fatu did some bad shit and WWE is a bully. But Jacob Fatu might retain. Randy Orton's music, then we go commercial 8. Randy Orton's music hits, and out he comes to the ring. He hugs a child as he is walking down and slaps some hands, getting in the ring, and a loud Randy chant from the crowd. He says, "We are 2 hours in, but welcome to Smackdown." He says, welcome to Friday Night Smackdown. Orton says John Cena's name, and the fans boo. He says, without the world couldn't see him, Orton could. It took about 20 years for everyone to realize what kind of man Cena is, but he knew from day one. Cena is arrogant and selfish. The fans chant Cena sucks. He is an entitled brat who gets whatever he wants. Cena is the ultimate shiny new toy to be played with by the ultimate puppet master. He says Cena is smart. He took advantage of the PG era. He was eager to be a real-life walking cartoon character, while Orton did everything that he could to be true to what it is, who he is. Orton says Cena didn't care about the boys in the back or the fans. All Cena cares about is his bottom line, which has brought him fame, fortune, and right into the mainstream. It enabled him that every single month, and he has branded a new colored T-shirt, non-brand, wristband, sneakers, dollar tags, and towels on our merchandise stands. He wants to make sure that the fans love him even more than they already do. But speaking of the kids, last week Cena said the reason why he was never had kids and raised a family himself is because he was busy raising all the kids in the audience. Orton says the only thing Cena has raised is his price of his merchandise, which their actual parents have have worked in double order to afford. He says selling your soul is not a concept Cena's been doing for 20 years. Okay, 11:59 p.m. Right now, by the way. Wow, time goes fast. Hustle, loyalty, and respect. He will give them the hustle all day, but loyalty, the respect. What happened to the loyalty and respect? He's asking because last week Cena stood in the ring and said he was going to erase Orton's name from the history books. That he was going to erase everything his family did in the industry. He will not over his dead freaking body. Cena is not the last real champion. He is the latest champion that he has put down, and at Backlash in his hometown in front of his wife and kids, he's going to kick him so hard that in that Lego shaped right head of his shoulders through the gateway arch, but not even before he drops. Cena with the 3 most dangerous layers in sports entertainment. RKO. Orton's music hits and he drops the microphone and he poses to the crowd on the second rope. Naomi and Nia Jax. We cut backstage and Naomi is getting ready for a match. In comes Nia, who tells her that they are going to be on the same page. Her eyes are set on the two-faced Tiffy. By the way, I gotta mention something. This is why I believe that what's gonna happen at Backlash. There's a match between Orton and Cena. I think what Cena is gonna do what Orton did to him in the past while he was a babyface and while Orton was a heel at Backlash. Was Orton was a heel. He might have The Rock and Travis Scott back him up and watch Orton see his dad, WWE Hall of Famer Cowboy Bob Orton, get attacked by them. It will not be the same thing as when Orton punt kicked Cena's dad in the head on the August 27, 2007 edition of Raw after their match at SummerSlam 2007. And what will happen is that Cody, who wasn't seen on TV after he lost the Undisputed World Wrestling Entertainment title to Cena at Night 2 of WrestleMania, and we might see a legacy reunion. That's my possibility. It's a possibility right there. It's my possibility. Hold on a second. Okay, as I was saying, now we cut backstage. Segment between Naomi and Nia Jax. We cut backstage, and Naomi's getting ready for a match. In comes Nia, who tells her they have to be on the same page. Her eyes are set on Gold and Two-Face Tiffany. As long as Naomi stays out of her way, they'll be good. Naomi tells her and walks away. And Nia looking confused. Then we go to commercial break. Randy Orton is walking backstage, and he is stopped by R-Truth. He tells Orton that his childhood hero John Cena is going to beat John Cena. In comes Jimmy, who tells Orton he knows how R-Truth gets down. Orton leaves, and Jimmy tells R-Truth to stop. If he keeps talking, Orton will knock his head off his shoulders. R-Truth says Cena told him, and that Cena also told him that he is the last real champion, and Cena will not lie to him. Now, I think R-Truth is going to be a heel and align himself with Cena and The Rock and Travis Scott because he likes John Cena. And Nick Aldis might be SmackDown heel because remember what Randy Orton RKO'd him in the past. No, maybe I think Nick Aldis might turn heel and might cost Orton the match. Because I remember he RKO'd him because he won't give him the match against Kevin Owens a couple of days ago. Now we'll see this next match: Santos Escobar versus Rey Fenix. The bell rings and run away. Both men with chops, and Escobar chops Fenix down on the mat. Escobar tells him he should be the boss and Fenix should join him. Fenix back to his feet, he chops Escobar and both men are face to face. And Fenix pushes him down. Escobar gets up and runs toward Fenix. Fenix moves out of the way and Escobar to the outside of the ring. Fenix gets on the ring apron and he lands on a hurricanrana. He grabs Escobar, but Escobar pushes him into the ring apron and leaves the ring. Escobar back in the ring and he lands on a suicide dive onto Fenix. Back from the commercial, Fenix with a kick to the head. Fenix on the ring apron and he climbs to the top rope and he lands on a springboard moonsault. He goes for cover, but Escobar kicks out. Fenix with a spinning kick, he goes to cover, but Escobar kicks out. Fenix goes for a kick, but Escobar ducks and he hits Fenix with a knee to the face. Fenix bounces back up and he kicks Escobar in the head as both men fall to the mat. Fenix runs toward Escobar, but Escobar places him on the top of the rope. Fenix walks to the rope and jumps, but Escobar with a knee to the face. Escobar lifts Fenix up and he slams him face first on his knee. He goes for cover, but Fenix kicks out. Escobar lifts Fenix up, but Fenix lands on his feet. He pushes Escobar into the ropes and he lands on the Adios Amigos. Fenix with a meteor off the top, he goes for cover and gets the pin. Winner, Rey Fenix. Now we cut to Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill. In comes Brian, who asked them about their match. Tiffany says she gets it. If she was Nia, she wouldn't be with her either. She want to be with her either. And as for Jade, as long as she stays out of her way, they won't have a problem. Jade tells Tiffany to stay out of her business because she did not get enough of Naomi. Jade says she spoke to Nick Aldis and she tells her that she will face Naomi next week on SmackDown #1 Contenders match. Then we go to commercial break. Santos Escobar is backstage with Humberto Angel. He is angry at them for them not helping during his match. And then comes Andrade. He tells Santos that he knows Santos doesn't care about Angel Berto. Andro says he doesn't like Santos. He says that Santos always talks about a legacy, respect, and honor. But what he has is legacy regardless, he doesn't have respect or honor. Santos grabs Angel and they leave. Angel stares at Andrade and Andrade smiles. Escobar comes back and grabs Berto. Then go to commercial break. Highlight package of last week's TLC match. for the tag team championship airs. Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill versus Nia Jax and Naomi. The bell rings are underway. Both teams are in the ring, and all 4 women are brawling. Tiffany throws Nia to the outside of the ring in the steps. Right hands by Tiffany, but Nia throws her into the barricade. Back in the ring, Jade caught with European cut onto Naomi, and she throws her into the outside. Jade to the outside, and she slams Naomi first into the barricade. Naomi's thrown to the ring post and back into the ring. She gets back in the ring, but Naomi with a knee to the face. She throws Jade into the corner with the big scratch to the back, and Naomi with a snapmare followed by a kick to the back. But Naomi to the top ropes. Naomi tags herself in, and Jade clotheslines Naomi. She takes Jade down. Then we go to commercial break. Back round from commercial. Naomi with right hands onto Jade. Naomi gets to the tag Nia, but Jade pulls her back and slams her face first onto the mat. Nia is tagged in, and she grabs Jade by the leg, but Jade kicks her away and makes the tag. In comes Tiffany, who clotheslines Nia. A knee to the face onto Nia, followed by a cartwheel back elbow in the corner. Tiffany to the ropes, but Nia grabs her and goes for a Samoan drop with a crucifix, but for a cover, but Nia kicks out. Tiffany climbs to the top rope, but Nia to her feet and hits her with a headbutt. She lands on a Samoan drop. Naomi tags herself in and lands on a leg drop. In comes Naomi, and both women argue over the tag. Naomi goes for a split-legged moonsault, but Tiffany gets her knees up. Jade is tagged back in, and she kicks Naomi in the face. Nia kicks off the ring apron, forearms by Jade onto Naomi, followed by a slam onto the mat. Jade with a chokeslam goes for a cover, but Nia breaks it up. Nia drags to the corner. She tags herself in, but Nia with an elbow onto Jade, followed by a senton. She goes for cover, but Tiffany with a senton to break up the cover. In comes Naomi, but Tiffany throws her in the corner, but Nia with a splash from behind. She goes to cover but also takes Naomi out. With a splash onto Naomi and Jade in the corner, and goes for a annihilate, but Jade gets to her feet and she powerbombs Nia, and Jade goes for cover and gets the pin. Winners Tiffany and Jade Cargill. Tiffany and Jade celebrate in the ring. Referee grabs the women's championship and he hands it to Tiffany. Jade grabs it and puts her on his shoulders, and Tiffany asks for Jade grabs her shoulder and doesn't let go of the title. In comes Naomi, hits Jade from behind, hits her with a kiss to feet. Naomi raises the SmackDown Women's title in the air. SmackDown goes off the air. And all I can say is this: no. Hell. H to the E to the double L. No, hell no. Please do not put that title belt, put that SmackDown Women's title belt on Naomi, please. I mean, why? I know what. I mean, why? I know why in the world. I mean, Naomi needs to go. She needs to retire. I mean, this is too. I mean, she needs to just retire. I feel like WWE is somehow gonna bury I mean, I think nobody should deserve. I think Nia Jax should not deserve that SmackDown Women's title belt. Nor does Naomi. It should be on Jade Cargill. Naomi needs to retire. I mean, this is 2025, not 2015. There's no Team Bad here. There's no Sasha Banks, and there's no Tamina Snuka. There's no. I mean, I don't see them to say unity. I mean, Naomi needs to go. She needs to retire. And Nia Jax needs to go. I mean, I feel like they're gonna shit on Jade Cargill because WWE doesn't care. I don't think WWE really cares about Jade Cargill because she came from a little company called AEW. And I think they're gonna I think she's also they're gonna bury Naomi because WWE really don't care about the younger talent. They just care about the veterans. They already doing with they already did with Seth Rollins, who's a veteran. turning heel, and Becky Lynch is a veteran turning heel. And now Naomi, who's a veteran in WWE, is a heel. Please do not put. I hope, pray to God, they did not put that title on her. That SmackDown Women's title belt, because it's gonna piss off many WWE fans like myself. Now let's talk about so I want to talk about what I just heard, what heard yesterday. WWE just released some people. Guess there were some releases today from WWE. Braun Strowman, Shayna Baszler, Dakota Kai, and several other releases. People like Kaden Carter, Katana Chance, Dakota Kai, and others like Cora Jade, Riley Osborne, Eddie Thorpe, Gigi Dolan, Jakara Jackson, Wolfgang, Mark Coffey, the Coffey Brothers, Ora Mansa, JVR Bernal, and Lucy Crucifino. You know what? This means that WWE is gonna go out of business, and they're gonna fail, completely gonna fail miserably. And I think AEW might stay on top because I'll probably make some of these stars might go to AEW. Meaning Shotzi Blackheart is already there, and I hopefully I know some people might be next to be cut. Probably Chelsea Green. I never liked her, and Shotzi, and Austin Theory. You know, about one thing I feel, even though I'm not one really a fan about the Tiffany Stratton, but I feel like they might very too that I just mentioned about if they put that SmackDown Women's title on Naomi. I mean, I know why in the world Triple H in the creative team trying to make turn 2025 into 2015 again with the reality era crap. Now I'm going to talk about another thing. I just heard that WWE was coming to Perth, Australia, going to a land down under. Yeah, they're having a little pay-per-view event called Crown Jewel Perth, Saturday, October 11th, and they're having a little go-home shows for SmackDown Friday, October the 10th, and Monday, October the 13th. Yeah, and WWE said WWE in partnership with the Western Australian government through Tourism Western Australia announced today that Crown Jewel Perth will headline the WWE Weekend Takeover in Perth this October. Crown Jewel will take place in RAC Arena in Perth, Western Australia, on Saturday, October 11, 2025. The venue also hosts Friday Night SmackDown on Friday, October 10th, and Monday Night Raw on Monday, October 13th. And as a previously announced, WrestleMania 41, undisputed WWE Champion John Cena will travel to Perth in October and make his final WWE appearance in Australia as part of his farewell tour. I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe he might go back as a babyface again. And he's going to owe the WWE fans an apology. Who knows? Crown Jewel Perth will pit champion against champion in both the men's and women's divisions, with last year's event seeing Cody Rhodes and Liv Morgan triumph become inaugural Crown Jewel champions. Fans across the globe interested in the exclusive pre-sale opportunity can link below. Register now. Yep, Takeover Perth this October. Coming this fall to WWE. So that's on my little review. Now it's time for something I like to do for all of you. All you know what it's time for. It's time for Justin's Timeline History, all the wrestling birthdays, wrestling history, and all the timeline. All you hear that theme. It's a theme from Back to the Future starring Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. I cannot wait for his 40th, I can't wait for his 40th anniversary on July 3rd, 2025, because the movie was released on July 3rd, 1985, in theaters nationwide. One of my favorite movies. So let's go to some wrestling history. Let's go to May the 1st. Okay, hold on 1 second. Hold on a second. Screen's freezing up, everybody. Okay, last Thursday, Tiffany Stratton birthday was last Thursday. She turned 26. Ace Remember turned 35 last Thursday. Okay, Ace Ramon turns 35 last Thursday. Okay, Moondog Rex. Okay, Moondog Rex would have been 75 last Thursday. He died of diabetes. He died on December 14th, 2019. Very good wrestler. Okay. Now on Monday night, Monday Night Raw. See, trying to find somebody made it first. Okay. May 1st, 1995. Hold on a second. Let's see soon. Okay, Stars and Stripes faced off against Dave. Okay, Stars and Stripes. Stars and Stripes. Defeated jobbers Dave Young and Bobby Starr. Sergeant Craig Pittman defeated Mark Young, I believe. And I think I don't know who won this match. Then Sting, Big Bubba feud, and then Alex Wright defeated Cuban Cabano. And I think it was a draw between Ryan Pillman and John B. Bad versus Harlem Heat. And we see Stunning Steve Austin defeat Stone Cold Steve Austin defeat Tim Horner. Now we go to Monday Night Raw, same day. Okay. Okay. This was hosted by Jerry King. By the way, Primetime. WCW Prime was hosted by Eric Bischoff and American Dream Dusty Rhodes, and I think Tony Schiavone did commentary for that with Dusty Rhodes, late Dusty Rhodes. We cut to Monday Night Raw, May 1st, 1995. We cut to the host as Lawler holds up a contract for a match with Bret Hart as Vince says that Bret will be here tonight. Then we see the Allied Powers, Lex Luger and British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith defeat jobbers George Anderson and Ron Hangin. And highlights from Jerry versus Holly on Action Zone of what led to President Jack Tunney vacating on the title, ordering a rematch. Bob Sparkle Holly versus Butler Stevens. Steven mocks Holly and takes him down with an arm drag. Bob Sparkle Holly defeats Butler Stevens. Then we'll see an In Your House report with Todd Pettengill We learn that Razor will be taking on Jarrett and Roddy by himself in a handicap match. Pettengill plugs the superstar line and you can hear Razor's voice interviewing with Scott Hall with Jim House. So all that hype up since the show began. We learn Razor will face Jarrett and Roddy, so knows the Roddy Dog in a handicap match. And we see Razor warming up his match against Sid. Next week on Raw, we get Owen Hart versus Bart Gunn and Jeff Jarrett versus Doink. Mantar versus with Jim Cornette versus Sonny Rogers, and Mantar defeated Sonny Rogers, and we see this match here: Sid, just Psycho Sid versus with Teddy Us versus Razor Ramon. You know what some of you know is Scott Hall. Okay, this was disqualification. This is disqualification. And this was a no contest. And Adam Bomb defeated Jobbers Dave Siegfried. Men in Mission defeated Kevin Kruger and Bill Duke. And Triple H, we know it's Hunter Hearst we know it's Triple H refused to speak this time and does not think we're listening. And Men on a Mission and Kevin Kruger versus I got that already. Hold on. Now at the end of the show, Bret the Human Hart comes out to ringside and Vince says we will get to the bottom of Lawler's accusations. Bret gets a favorable reaction from the crowd. Vince asks about Lawler's claims of him signing a match against Hakushi to avoid facing him in a match. Bret Hart says Lawler's a liar, something everyone knows, and will wrestle and even beat Hakushi in your house. Lawler calls Bret spineless, but Bret cuts him off and tells him to shut up. He says after he beats Hakushi, he will accept Lawler's challenge and beat him in your house. Bret says that Lawler's house will never be the same after he's done, and Lawler will go straight to the outhouse. I know some of you think that was a corner line, but Bret leaves. We see Lawler laugh as the show goes off the air. Now we go to 2005. Sunday Night Heat. Pre-show kind of out of Backlash. On the pre-show, the Backlash on Sunday Night Heat, Tyson Conko defeated Val Venus. Then Backlash 2005 took place. It took place at the Verizon Reliance Arena in Manchester, New Hampshire. This is on the Raw brand. This is the concept pay-per-view based around the Backlash from WrestleMania 21. And the first match of the event was Shelton Benjamin facing Chris Jericho for the Intercontinental title. When the match began, Benjamin had the upper hand. Benjamin performed a springboard off the top ropes, but Jericho kind of with a hurricanrana off the ring apron to the floor. Jericho utilized a chin lock on Benjamin. Jericho then climbed to the top rope, but Benjamin stopped Jericho to the leap in the front top rope and suplexing Jericho, and he then hit a running enziguri. But get the near fall, but Benjamin formed a T-bone suplex, but Jericho put his foot on the bottom rope to avoid a pin. Jericho locked it in the walls of Jericho, but got to the rope, and Jericho locked the walls of Jericho again, but rolled up Jericho to retain the Intercontinental title. Next up was the Tag Team Turmoil match to win the Tag Team Championship. Tajiri and Regal were the champions heading into the match. The tag teams would come out random, and it was Heartthrobs went to first with the Tag Team Champions, William Tajiri and Regal. Coming up next, Tajiri utilized the kicks, but then locked in the Tarantula. Heartthrobs then kept Tajiri oscillated, but Tajiri pinned Antonio with a sunset flip. Simon Dean and Maven entered in the match next, trying to pick apart the weekend to Jerry. Their inclusion in the match did not last very long as Regal made the tag and clean house, putting away Dean with a knee to the head. A lot of resistance came next, but Regal and Tajiri fight back. Regal was rolled up with a handful of tights, eliminating him and Tajiri and guaranteeing new tag team champions. Rosie and Hurricane were the last two men to enter the match. And Hurricane was smashed up on the turnbuckle into turnbuckle post. Hurricane and Rosie got the pin when Hurricane leaped off the shoulders of Rosie, who was perched up at the top rope to grab the win. The third match of the night was the last man standing match between Edge and Chris Benoit. The match started out with Benoit getting the upper hand. Edge got the upper hand by throwing Benoit and Sterling first in the turnbuckles. Benoit then applied the sharpshooter on Edge. Benoit then performed multiple German suplexes on Edge, which sent by Edge to the floor. Benoit divided through the ropes, but was met with a trash lid to the face. Edge hit a suplex on Benoit through a crash can. Edge grabbed the ladder and dragged it into the ring, only to get a German suplex off the ladder, and Benoit missed a diving headbutt off the top rope ladder. Edge grabbed the Money in the Bank suplex, but was caught by a crippled crossface. Edge got out of a crippled crossface and informed an execution on the briefcase, but Benoit reached his feet at 9, only to get speared by Edge. After spearing Benoit again, Edge pulled a brick out of his briefcase, and Benoit hit the back of his head, leaving Benoit unable to answer the 10 count. In the fourth match, Kane, accompanied by Leatherface Viscera, accompanied by Trish Stratus. Kane's early attempts to take Viscera off his feet resulted in Kane being knocked down. Viscera was then closed down, lying out of the ring by Kane. Trish tried to hit Kane with a steel chair, but Lita hit with a crutch. Viscera executed with a choke bomb on Kane, but only got a 2 count. Kane came with a big boot and chokeslam to get the pinfall. Trish then verbally berated and slammed Viscera, who responded by bear hugging and splashing Trish, who was taken out of a stretcher, just like he's going to be putting out action. Even though that no man should hurt a woman, I think Trish Stratus kind of deserved it for acting all arrogant and egotistical. But I don't know no man should hit a woman. No man should hurt a woman, and I didn't feel sorry for Trish. I'd rather see someone else do that, something strong. I would have saw someone like Tamina Snuka do that, but she wasn't popular, didn't exist in WWE yet. I rather see Tamina Snuka. I never heard of her yet at that time because I was like 16. Yeah, Tamina Snuka wasn't popular then. She wasn't in the WWE at this time. I'm sure not because I was like 16 at this time. And yeah, she didn't come to WWE yet. She came to WWE into like 2010, I think. Yeah. The fifth match, Hulk Hogan and Shawn Michaels faced Muhammad Hassan and Daivari. Hogan and Hassan began. Hassan was immediately sent to the turnbuckles. Hogan double clothesline both of his opponents, and then he and Michaels teamed up with the big double boot to Hassan's face. Michaels climbed to the top rope, but an elbow drop, missed an elbow drop. Daivari was tossed to the outside where Hogan bashed him. Michaels hit Daivari with a flying forearm smash and a kip up. Michaels was about to hit Daivari with a cheeks to chin music, but instead Hassan hit with a leg pipe. Hassan took advantage and locked Michaels in the camel clutch. Michaels fell away to his feet, dropped with Hassan with an electric chair. Hogan got tagged in and went for a leg drop to Daivari, but Hassan hit Hogan with a lead pipe instead. As the referee had his back turned at Hogan, Michaels hit Daivari with some sweet chin music, allowing Hogan to get the pinfall and win the match for his team. Now the main event. The main event was for the World Heavyweight Championship between champion Batista and Triple H. In the opening seconds, Flair grabbed Batista's leg, providing a distraction necessary for Triple H to attack Batista to gain in early advantages. Both men attempted to hit their finishers early on, but both attempts failed. Triple H went for another pedigree attempt, but was backdropped over to the top rope to the top floor. Batista returned to the ring and walked into a spine buster for a 2 count. Batista went for a Batista bomb, but Triple H hit Batista in the head with a championship belt. Batista performed a spine buster on Triple H, but there was no referee to make the pin. Jack Doan then ran down and made the pin, but only got for a 2 count. A second Batista bomb an attempt was stopped with a low blow by Triple H. Triple H then backed Batista into a corner and punched him in 10 times. Batista then performed a Batista bomb to win the match and retain the championship. After the match, Triple H pedigree Mike Chioda become a sore loser. He took all his anger on him. Yeah, just because Triple H didn't get back what is his, he's gonna take all his anger on Mike Chioda. Batista celebrated on the entrance ramp. Then on now let's go to May 11, 2015 now. May 11, 2015. May 1st, 2015, I'm sorry. On Impact Wrestling. Yeah, this was part of their Hard Justice. This was the part of their Hard Justice. This is a part of those are Hard Justice right here. Special. Preliminary matches. The event kicked off at this was at Orlando in the Impact Zone. It was taped on March 16, 2020. The aired on a tape delay on May 1st, 2015, and it's the 11th event under the Hardcore Justice Chronology performed by TNA. It was featured on a special edition of TNA's broadcast Impact Wrestling May 1st, 2015. Okay, preliminary matches. The event kicked off with a street fight pitting the Hardys and Matt and Jeff and Dave Royce against the Revolution, Abyss, Manic, and Kiowa. Abyss crouched himself on the chair, allowing Jeff to nail him with a twist of fate and a swanton bomb for the win. After the match, Mr. Anderson, known as Mr. Kennedy in WWE, confronted Ethan Carter III, Tyrus, and challenged EC3 to a match on the May 8th episode of Impact Wrestling with a match stipulation voted by the fans. Next, Rockstar Spud defended the X Division Championship by Kenny King, Tiger Uno, and Mandrews in a 4-way ladder match. Homicide interfered in that match as Kenny King tried to revive the belt by climbing the ladder, but Spud bit King's hand and Homicide broke it off and threw Spud down, allowing King to retrieve the belt in the X Division Championship. Larry Tyrant Terrell defeated the Knockouts Championship against Brooke. The Dolls pulled Terrell out of the ring as Brooke attempted to hit a Butterface Maker, and then Brooke delivered a plancher to Jade and Marty Bell. Brooke then returned to the ring where Bell distracted her, allowing Jade to push her off the top rope, and Terrell nailed a Karen Cutter to Brooke for the win to retain the title. The preliminary match was on a pipe on a pole match between Drew Galloway, known as whiny Eric, sore loser piece of shit Scottish Psycho Drew McIntyre from WWE and Low Key. Galloway avoided a warrior way by Key and hit him with a pipe, and then hit a future shot for Key for the win. A brawl between the Beatdown Clan and the Rising. A brawl occurred between the Beatdown Clan and the Rising. The main event was a stretch match between Kurt Angle and Eric Young. Young attempted to nail a power driver on Angle, but Angle countered that into an ankle lock, and Young tossed him out into the turnbuckle and hit 2 power drivers and then strapped him to the stretcher for the win. Okay. Now, Pulp Culture, May 1st, 2015. Okay, a movie was released in theaters on May the 1st called it is a sequel to 2011's Avengers. 2012's The Avengers. It's called Avengers: Age of Ultron, starring Robert Downey Jr. reprising his role as Iron Man, Tony Stark, Chris Hemsworth reprising his role as Thor, Mark Ruffalo reprising his role as David Banner, Hulk, Chris Evans reprising his role as Steve Rogers, aka Steve Rogers, Captain America, Scarlett Johansson reprising his role as Black Widow, Jeremy Renner, John Cheadle, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Elizabeth Olsen, Mary Kate Jackson's sister, Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen's sister, and James Spader, who's supporting role as a villain. Colby Smulders in that movie from How I Met Your Mother. Anthony Mackie, who appeared in is the second coming is a black coming to America. It's the is the second black coming to America. I'm Captain America. And let's see. And Iris Elba was in the movie, and Samuel L. Jackson was in that movie as Nick Cage. Who played again? Nick. He played Ultron. Yeah, James Spader played Ultron, and Nick Fury. Yeah, Nick Fury. So, okay. And that will do it. Great, hold on. Let's see. So trying to see what else. Okay, I'm on I don't think WWE Superstars made it first. I don't think see. Yeah, I know there was no Superstars on that day, sorry. Okay, now let's go to May the 2nd, yesterday. May the 2nd. Honestly, trying to get this thing to load. Hold on for everyone's screen is freezing. Okay. Some wrestling birthdays yesterday. Yesterday was a happy 38th birthday to Pat McAfee, NFL player, pro wrestler. I hope he's tomorrow. He's 1 week from next Saturday. He's facing off against Gunther. So happy birthday yesterday for Pat McAfee. We do his commentary with Michael Cole Monday Night Raw. The Rock turned People's Champ The Rock. Hold on a second, screen is freezing. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, see. Okay. See, hold on a second. CK, The Rock, People's Chump piece from The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, he turned 53 yesterday. Okay, Don Cornoodle, he would have been 55 yesterday. Okay, Don Cornoodle, he would have been 55 yesterday. He died on May 17, 2021. Okay, Japanese wrestler Mr. Pogo would have been. Let's see, hold on 1 second, everybody. Sorry to keep you everyone's time. '74 yesterday. Mr. Pogo, Japanese wrestler, he died of a stroke on January 23rd, 2017. Very sad passing. Okay. Now let's see. Now I got that. And the Big Boss Man that I just mentioned, Mr. Big Boss Man I mentioned earlier. He was been 63 yesterday. The Big Boss Man, WWE Hall of Famer, died of heart failure. Died on September 22nd, 2024. Died in Dallas, Georgia. Okay, Kaleem Crawford would have been. He went married 63. I mentioned yesterday. Kaleem Crawford. He was. Let's see. He turned 45 yesterday. Kaleem Crawford. And that's it. Okay, that's the wrestling birthdays. Took care of. Let's go to wrestling history. For ECW Hardcore TV. Okay, ECW Hardcore TV. May the 1st, 1995. Yeah, I think there was just a little recap episodes and stuff like that, I think. Wait, there was no there was no Hardcore TV on May the 1st. Yeah, my mistake. Sorry. Okay, let's go to 2005 right now. 2005 Monday Night Raw, the night after Backlash. 2005. Viscera tries to seduce Lillian Garcia. Then Simon Dean came out and body shamed Viscera and got beat up for it. And then they have a little Gold Rush tournament. It was in Boston, Massachusetts, and Kane defeated Christian with Tyson Tone in Gold Rush tournament qualifier match. Viscera defeated Simon Dean after Simon Dean body shamed him. The Simon Dean system. And Shawn Michaels defeated Shelton Benjamin in Gold Rush tournament qualifier match. And Hurricane and Rosie defeated La Resistance, Rod Conway, and Sam Grant retained the WWE World Tag Team Championships. Edge defeated Chris Jericho in Gold Rush tournament quarterfinal match, and Chris Benoit defeated Triple H in Gold Rush tournament quarterfinal match with the help of Batista. We'll see a little Master Lock challenge with Chris Masters. Yeah, Triple H was pissed in the end because he got screwed by Batista. And that's it. And now that's my all the wrestling histories and birthdays all taken care of. And now I know what it's time for. All you know is time. Okay, let's see. as a late, I gotta close out the show. See, as a late, what am I talking about? Yeah, it's a late Chad Henshaw. Always just had like dress up with chubby checkers, sing like Leonard, dance like James Brown, like to get in that hot tub when we sweat, cause when we dry, when we wet. Referring to Eddie Murphy doing an impression of James Brown on Saturday Night Live back in the 80s. I never grew up in the 80s, grew up in the 90s. I was born in 88, and I grew up in the 90s. My mom told me everything about the 80s. Yeah, I saw reruns of old school Saturday Night Live on Comedy Central when I was little. So, hope I have a good night. Now I'm gonna close out something with all of you. I'm gonna close out when, for all of you know that yesterday would have been the 63rd birthday of the big boss man, WWE Hall of Famer. I'm gonna close out something with this WWE moment right here when the Big Show crashed the Big Show's funeral and on the night before Survivor Series 99, and the date was that was on Smackdown. That was May the 11th. That was May the 11th, 1999. That's November 11, 1999, night before Survivor Series. So you crossed the line. Yeah, you crashed the funeral. So all you good night. Subscribe to me, Godfather Soldier Swimming. It's midnight. It's 1:02 in the morning. Hope you have a good night. I'm out of here. Peace.
Okay, Michael, as I said, he stooped to a new low Monday night on Raw, but today, at the Big Show's father's funeral, unbelievable.
This is that heinous, that deplorable exceptional footage that we warned you about earlier on. This is the funeral of the Big Show's father from earlier today.
Dad, I love you. You were a good man. And everything I have in life, I've learned from you. What in the hell is that?
To watch the Big Show cry about his real daddy for the very last time. He was not sick. He was not suffering. He still has the daughter. And no matter how much you grow around, nobody's gonna bring him back. Hey, listen, big man. I'm here to pay my respects just like everybody else is. So if you don't want to be 6 foot deep, laying beside your dear old daddy, you listen to your mama. And speaking of your mama, hey, Miss White, now that you're a single woman, would you like to go out with a man like me?
No, you don't, you son of a bitch. Not my mama. No, you don't. Hell no. Come on. Huh? Listen to me. God, Daddy always wanted to be a drag queen, Big Show. I'm gonna make him a drag queen right here, right now.
We're back on Smackdown, and King, Big Boss Man, he can't even be called a human being. He's an animal, disrupting the Big Show's father's funeral.
Well, I thought I'd seen everything till I saw this. I mean, what could be going through the mind of the boss man? What could he be thinking, pulling a stunt like this? Does he not realize how angry, how distraught he's making the Big Show? I mean, the Big Show's gonna kill him. This is crazy.
The Big Boss Man, no emotion, no feelings at all. He's vile, he's sadistic. Who on earth with a conscience would do something like this?
Well, I mean, it's hard to even describe when you talk about the Big Show's father's funeral, and for something like this to happen.
You're violating something as sacred as a funeral. The Big Boss Man.
You got to shudder to think about how the Big Show is going to retaliate at Survivor Series. It's just going to be unbelievable.
Sickening.